Hi, my name is Rick Schneider, community educator with FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care, home of the Pickering House, and my passion is to educate the community about the goodness of FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care staff and volunteers. My purpose at FAIRHOPE is to serve the dying, and I do that by being a patient contact volunteer, No One Dies Alone program, and by being part of the pinning service. And with this experience I have, I try to convey that to the general public. I do that by writing in 4 newspapers. I write in the Fairfield Town Crier, the Hocking Hills Messenger, the Logan Daily News, and the Perry County Tribune. I educate the community also by being on radio with Denise Bauer. We are on 4 radio stations, WATH, WFCO, WLOH, and WLRY, and we have our staff and volunteers on, and they convey their passion for FAIRHOPE. They explain what they do. I educate the community by being on TV, Spectrum Channel 1021, Spectrum Channel 1021. And not only do you get to hear about it, you get to see some of our employees. My passion is to educate the community about the goodness of FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care, and I do that by public speaking. I spoke to groups as small as 2 people. Okay, my wife and daughter were the only 2 who showed up. At least they got educated. And I spoke to groups as large as 350 people. There's a distribution center in Columbus, and they were having an internal health fair. So it was a health fair late in the afternoon, and the warehouse manager had experienced the goodness of FAIRHOPE, and she wanted her employees to know about what we do. And so I speak to any group, anytime, any place. I spoke to all the service groups, Rotary, Lions, Kiwanis. I spoke to cancer support groups, Alzheimer's support groups. Actually, I almost forgot the Alzheimer's. True story, I almost forgot to get there. But I speak to congregations during Sunday morning service. I speak to any club, anybody, anywhere who wants to hear about the goodness of FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care's staff and volunteers. I speak to participants at all fundraisers. Ernie Cook puts on an incredible motorcycle run for us in the summer. The River Valley Rod and Customs on Labor Day has a fundraiser for us. I spoke to different 5K participants, 3K participants. I wouldn't doubt there was a 1K participant somewhere, or Mary K. If you got a K in your name, let me know and I'll talk to you about the goodness of FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care's staff and volunteers. I also attend all the fairs that we participate in. We participate in all the county fairs, the Perry County, Hocking County, Fairfield County Fair, Chamber of Commerce business fairs, health fairs at different facilities. And Kim Shook sets up the booth, and it just looks gorgeous. She makes me look really good. But people come to me and tell me about what has happened to them when they have experienced FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care. In fact, I learned from those folks about the goodness of FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care's staff and volunteers. It is a wonderful place to be, and I take this information and convey it to the general public. And I absolutely love being here. My passion is to convey the goodness of FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care's staff and volunteers. It is a wonderful place to be. And remember, we celebrate life.